I have dispensation to say that it is her fault.
I'm going to sit back here because I'm feeling very shy.
Hey, come on, you can do it. Come on.
I'll do this.
Come on, boys. You can do it.
You get two
Ta-da!
Yeah!
No, I'm just going to stand in pace.
Really?
Where is my throne? I will not do this unless I'm seated in my throne. I love you guys. I apologize for being late. We had a little scheduling mix-up.
Like
So Alicia said I was about to leap into the shower. Scott! What? I'm naked. They don't care. Go!
The ladies might actually care more.
Quite care, all right. Okay, this sounds way better now. But you know what? I gotta hold this in my hand because it makes me feel secure and good. I don't need this. We should blow them away with the majesty of our voice.
Everything is on, actually.
As we were trained in theater school when I was a young warthog. No, I don't see any lights coming from that, but I'm still gonna do this just because it makes me feel cool. Darkest shade, darling, darkest shade. So welcome to my ADD world. Shiny, shiny.
Squirrel.
All right, it's time to close the doors and pump in the interesting gas.
the laughing gas.
Soon you will all begin to feel very relaxed.
Helium or Xeno?
You might experience a mild tingling in your extremities. I just got a mild tingling in my extremities, I'm sorry. I keep thinking it's everything is now an over 18 panel in my world. Why? Okay, put this down! You don't need a prop, see? I can do this without anything in my hand. Anything. Oh, seriously?
Oh, God, that's worse spray
Oh,
cheese.
Of course it's spray cheese.
I thought it was shaving cream.
Oh, Lord. Thank you. And thank you. Okay, it's sort of on. I don't care. I'm going to carry it in my hand because it makes me feel special. And it's also useful in hand-to-hand combat.
Micro food.
Poof.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was dangerously close to being the naked Scott McNeil panel. Which nobody really trusts me wants to see. I've seen me naked. I know what I look like. Hello. Have I done that part already?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now we do the I'm Scott McNeil part. I'm Scott McNeil. Okay. That part is covered. I never have anything prepared for these because I tend to be a little distracted by shyness. So it usually becomes a little chance to sit there and just hang out and get to know each other. Do a little chatting. A little talking. A little Q&A if y'all got questions. Hopefully I will. I loved how Brittany put it. You bring the Q and I'll bring the A. Right now there are whales in the ocean going.
I can speak. Oh God.
Yeah, you got the accent all wrong. We're right on the cusp. I could make this place horrible in about half a second.
Hey.
Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I deliberately say, who would tell me to be, oh, hi, Foxy. So, my name is Scott, and I'm a, oh wait, that's a different meeting, sorry. Those of you who've seen my panels before go, why does he always do the same joke? Because I'm funny. And I'm terrified, as I always am. I could do this all day. And I will, unless somebody asks me a question. Hey, there's a question.
Okay. 3 parts. First, do you read fan fiction?
I possess a lot of fan fiction. The concept of sitting down and reading involves focusing for more than like 2 nanoseconds at a time.
Okay. Do you possess fan fiction on work that you've done voice work on?
Yes.
Have you ever read it in that character's voice?
That's just creepy. It's like, oh good, some more yowie. You know why they call it yowie, don't you? Excuse me, airplane plague. I got sitted Yeah, we have metric grammar up in Canada, so you'll have to forgive me. Sitting next to Typhoid Mary on the plane. It was like, not only are you coughing up chunks of but you're like sleeping on my shoulder. I was watching geckos mate. It was really exciting. I mean, to other geckos. Little throat things go. And they try to sell you car insurance. They're just Okay, that was only 2 parts. Oh, it was 3 parts, wasn't it?
Yes, it was 3 parts, like I said.
All right, well, thank you for coming. You guys have been terrific hanging out around out there and from out of town. What's the deal with that airline food? Yes, sir.
Can I get a video of you saying finger beam cannon?
Finger beam cannon?
Bigger,
That just makes it sound dirty.
bigger beat.
I did mention that I've got this horrible bronchial infection right now, so of course the first thing I'm going to do to warm up is a little special beam cannon. Or I'll do finger beam cannon. If that's what you want.
Can we do both?
I've never done finger beam cannon.
Because it's a finger, so.
Yeah, what the heck is a finger?
You notice, because I'm a method actor, that in order to do the special beam cannon properly, you will notice that Piccolo's fingernails are quite long, well, so are mine. I did this for this reason, because I live my characters. You should see what I have to do to be a pony. Scary. All right, this is gonna hurt. I'm just saying. Just super saying. Special beam! It's gonna hurt like hell. Cannon!
And cut.
Oh, you should see the lights right now. It's all subtle like Woodstock, you know.
Oh, God.
Seems kind of weird to me, but I'm seeing stuff that isn't there. Ooh, that made my head explode.
That was beautiful, thank you.
I can see music. I can hear the color orange.
What does it sound like?
Awesome. It's both warm and cool as a color. Like orange is like magic. We're very busy right now. All right, lock it. Lock it. Something foxy just come like. So, whoa, don't piss Foxy Ox off. I'm just gonna stand here and stare at you all now. I just figured out where I was. Standing outside, it's like, is that an egret that just flew by? Oh my, I'm in Florida, aren't I? Because a little while ago I was in Canada, and there was no egrets and there was no geckos. Trust me, I would have noticed.
I have another question.
Yes.
Okay, what is your all-time favorite role that you've ever voiced? Okay, top 5.
I could give the answers that when people go like, oh my God, I love that one too. You know what? I've done a lot. I've done a lot more than I think most people realize. Because very few shows actually go on to do well. I will be straight up honest that the stuff I did in Beast Wars I'm still really proud of. Because it was just fun and delicious. And it tends to linger. Like that was 20 years ago and people still like, oh my God, Beast Wars. Dude, I'm in the Transformers Hall of Fame. Twice. The last year it was Michael Bay, Steven Spielberg, and me. That was kind of cool. It's like, wow, got nerd cred. This is one of the very few shows I've ever worked on that I actually watched.
Okay.
Because I became a fan of the show. I mean, it had nothing to do with the fact that we were in it. It was just a damn good show at the time. You know, anime stuff, when we do it, is actually not necessarily all that much fun. Because, you know, you're in a box by yourself, trying to act with somebody else's lips. And have no idea what's going on in the rest of the show. It's like, don't get a full script. It's like, whatever, here's my lines, there's the mouth, try to make it fit. Here's a little insight. If you screw up when you're recording anime, because it's all about lip flaps. So you're in there going like, I will make you this promise. I will be the god, son of a bitch, and monkey and roll it. It the lip flaps perfectly. There's some very ripe outtakes out there, just let me say. Duo was cool, because Duo was kind of like as cool as I wished I was when I was 15. Stuff that made me proud, I got to be Hermie the Elf and Yukon Cornelius and Rudolph and the Island of Misfit Toys. For me, that was a trip. It's like, I'm independent. Not if you don't mind my being a dentist, which, by the way, I finally figured out as an adult, dentist in Hermes' world meant gay as hell. Did I ever tell you about Bumbles? I did a show called League of Super Evil that probably nobody has seen. That was a lot of fun. Playing the world's worst supervillains. It was cool, because this couple, I mean, like, when I booked Wolverine, obviously that was cool, because it was cool before I ever started. You just step into the cool. It's like, don't make me get all Canadian and you're behind. Wolverine's never been played right. Ever. Steve Bloom, me, there's been about 6 of us, and it's always like, you know, don't make me, I will get. I've been to northern Alberta and Canada. They don't talk like that up there. The real Wolverine, and you will see it here first. And this is no way of an exaggeration. This is where the stereotype comes from. All you need to do is give anybody in northern Alberta a drink of rye whiskey. Poof, instant hassle. So the real Wolverine's like, frickin' man, I'll frickin' pound you right now, man. You wanna fucking go, man? Come on. Frickin' schnicked on you, man. Just frickin' give her, man. And those are the guys that are dangerous up there, trust me. Then it got quiet. Real quiet. In a world, I promised I was gonna be Elvis all weekend, and then I did a chicken down. Because I ran out of deep fried peanut butter and nanner sandwiches, man. Yes, young man in the front row.
Okay, another question for you. To your recollection, what is some of the most obscure roles you have ever done? Stuff that even years later you're surprised, wait, I did
Dude,
that?
I've done some stuff that's so obscure that, like, even I've never heard of it. Yeah. Here's my favorite collective pronoun ever, an irony of hipsters. I wrote that myself. I get surprised, people will bring stuff up to sign, I'm like, oh my God, you were the one person that ever watched that show. Or I've gone, was I in that? They're like, yeah. It's like, cool. Did I get paid for it? So, because I've done probably well over 12,000 episodes of various things over the years. I got one thing right now that I am dying to tell you, but I can't, because it's fucking huge.
Just ignore the contract.
Yeah, no. No, this is my own personal, I don't want to jinx this.
Is it Transformers related?
No,
Use a hint.
I can't.
Can you tell us?
I could, but personally, I want this thing to happen so badly, and it is, and I'm actually supposed to be doing it today.
Oh,
Yeah, my agent's real happy with me right now.
you're
For the
fine.
Horde!
Wait.
What? That was just a Tourette's thing. What was I saying? I forgot, because I was actually going to go back and answer some more of your stuff. But, nope, nothing. Brain just turned off. Flatline, shiny. Whoa, hi, we're back, squirrels.
He's back.
This side of the room isn't really participating. Yes, sir?
Yes. What is it like in Canada? Are everyone real nice like they say they are? Or...
No, actually. We're passive-aggressively polite. And that whole sort of stereotype tends to be built more around Ontario and Toronto. You know, everyone say, oh, check that out, eh? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm my fault. We do that. We apologize like crazy. But at the same time, we're actually plotting the overthrow of the world. So I'm sorry, my fault. The Canadian service, at least in Vancouver where I live, because we're all like West Coast, and the service industry sucks. And you go and it's like, can I help you? It's like, yeah, could you take my order? Okay. So I come down to the States and I was like, oh my God, I love you guys. If I'm going to paint with the biggest brush in the world, I think Americans are a person per person way nicer. But this is because we're cold and miserable. Except in the summer. I mean, as soon as the sun comes out in Vancouver, everybody's out rollerblading, and it's just like, I love you so much, bro. Woo! BC, where I live, is very different from the rest of Canada. I have a picture on my phone of a beautiful sunset with the beach and the blue water and the sky and the palm trees silhouetted. People are like, is that Waikiki? It's like, no, that's my part of Canada. Although we got snow this year, which was weird. Mind you, so did Atlanta, Georgia. Global warming my ass. I idle my car excessively. I use CFCs every chance I can, and it's still getting colder. Screw you, environmentalists. Yes?
Have you tried Oreos with this?
It's gonna happen, isn't it? You know what?
You never tried it?
This makes me feel terrible inside as a human being. Because normally, when in Florida, especially in Tampa, yes, I will eat spray cheese on anything. But I don't eat pork, and you got the bacon spray cheese.
Right.
Which, oddly enough, actually has bacon in it. Liquid bacon. Dude, I have a friend of mine that puts on a Scotch and bacon festival every year. So at some point, he had to use my kitchen, because I cook, to make some stuff. And I'm going, for somebody that does not even normally come in contact with pig, I'm sitting there, I'm blending a pork loin. And well, you know what we have here? We have liquid pig. Want to do some pig shots? I'm like, wow. When I got liquid pig all over me and my face and stuff, it was nasty. I feel terrible because I know you brought that, and I'm going, why did nobody ever think of an Oreo before? I mean, that harkens back to the original one, which was the spray cheese and Klondike bar.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so do I. That started a long legacy of spray cheese horror. But a lot of the other things I've done, I've actually gone like, hey, that's actually pretty good. Surprisingly, like spray cheese on a Dorito with Pop Rocks, it's tasty.
Spray cheese on Oreos sounds good.
Yeah, actually it does, especially with the bacon.
Can we just each have one? Like,
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, we can share it around.
Ugh, no thanks.
Oh, come on.
I'll eat one. I'll eat two.
I would love to sit there and watch other people eat spray cheese on something disgusting. Bring that shit up here.
Are we doing 2001? Oh, wait, not 2001 Space Odyssey.
He's up, he's walking, it's a miracle. Thank you kindly. All right.
I don't have to eat it.
No, I'm okay.
Open, easy, lift. But I will have an Oreo, hell yeah. Because sugar is my friend.
Sugar rush.
Goodbye, friends. All right, tough guy. Pony up.
Is it on? Okay, yeah, okay.
You realize this means if you do go well with this, people are going to start bringing you spray cheese. You will begin your own spray cheese empire. Okay. I'm mechanically inept today.
You got the Oreos?
Uh-huh.
That's
See, it's not so easy, is it, huh? This is how it happened the first time, was I had a can of spray cheese in my bag for some weird reason. And then somebody went, what would you do for a Klondike bar? And it was a big panel. And suddenly I had a Klondike bar in my hand, melting, and this spray cheese, and I went, and everybody went, and then every camera in the room was up, so I had to do it.
I don't know how to spray cheese.
I'm an expert.
Okay.
You can't wimp out either, you gotta have lots of
What rush to
it. Turn. They gotta see this.
Like, do I have to eat it all bite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just stuff it in there, dude.
Okay.
That's what she said.
1, 2, 3.
Well,
Not bad.
Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Give it to Mikey, he'll eat it.
Yeah, he'll eat anything.
is that another edition of Scott McNeil?
Anybody that wants some spray cheese and Oreo? See, we've started something now. I'm going to set up a booth in the dealer's room with various assorted types and flavors of spray cheese. If y'all ever see the garlic spray cheese, for a long time it was considered to be legendary. It was like, that shit doesn't really exist. And then somebody brought me a can of garlic spray cheese, and I will say it's pretty damn good. We don't have spray cheese in Canada. Well, that's okay. We got Kit Kats and stuff. And our Smarties are delicious. Whoosh. Welcome to Differences Between Canada and the U.S. Of course, we have metric time up there. 10-hour days, 100-minute hours. get used to the fact that noon is 5 o'clock. I had some people believe that once. We just have like $8 a gallon gas and $13 a pack of cigarettes. And I won't even tell you what alcohol costs. But we got free health care. And all the crappy hockey we can watch. There's no sugar in an Oreo, right?
Yep.
Sure.
Oh, no. Oh, we have bacon in it. I'm pretty sure it does.
No, it don't help.
It's actually cereal bacon.
I'm pretending I can read without my glasses. If you move your mouth a little bit, so people think you're actually seeing words instead of just a blue blur. I'm gonna research this because if there's no bacon in this shit, I'm going crazy. I'm just saying, just super saying. I'll do that one all day. Your Highness.
How do you feel about people naming their cats after?
Naming them after me personally, I find is weird.
Because I remember about
Here's Scott McNeil. Come on.
it was about 8 or 9 years ago. I had a friend who named his cat Hot Scotty McNeil.
What's got
I'm
it?
not even kidding.
Whoa,
And he had, like,
whoa.
a big man crush on him.
I was gonna say, this is of course your male friend, right? Yeah.
It's better.
I've never known anybody has ever named their cat Hot Scotty McNeil, so I'm not sure how I feel about this.
So badly.
You had a right to know.
I think it's best that I heard it from a friend.
Oh.
I need an adult. I am an adult. It's like they're trained. I didn't even realize that was from something the first time I did it, and the whole room chimed in with, I am an adult. You guys like in a gang or something? Made with real cheese.
Lies.
That was disappointing to me. It's like, no, because there's the 5 basic food groups, and the 5th one being orange food. And by orange food, I do not mean carrots. Orange food must be spelt with a Z. Cheese. When I found out there was real cheese in that, it was like my whole world just deflated. What? I heard voices. I mean, other than the usual voices.
Do you want me to read the can to see if it says bacon?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and then I might have another because that was actually surprisingly good.
See?
See, yeah.
See? Spray cheese makes everything better.
Cheddar cheese.
Pretty sure it does, because I have some in my cupboard at home and I keep going. Maybe the bacon is...
Oh, it does.
No!
It's less than 2%.
It doesn't matter!
It's bacon cured with water, salt, sugar, sodium phosphate, sodium orthorobate.
You can't pronounce it. You probably don't.
Don't
want to.
need it.
Sodium nitrate. So there's sodium nitrate.
So there's real cheese and real bacon. How bummed are we? You guys' hairs sort of go in different directions. It's like you're standing in 2 different windstorms. But they're leaning towards each other, which is really cute. It's like our hair's really attracted to each other. We can't stand each other, but our hair... This is just me rambling like an idiot, isn't it?
Seriously though, people should try that. It's really good.
Dude, it's up here if anybody wants some. Yes.
You've done a lot of voices that have hurt your throat over the years.
I have
right?
never done a voice that's hurt my throat except for once.
Okay. I thought the voice.
I do a lot of voices that sound like they hurt your throat.
Okay, because I heard from other voice actors that doing voices like say that like scream a lot that they really hurt your throat.
Pussies.
What's your secret?
I'm from a trained background. No. I tend to, the only thing that ever hurts my voice these days is doing conventions, usually by Sundays. It's like, but I think I sound good by then. You got this nice rumble going on in your chest. The only voice I have ever done that actually physically hurt me was I played Cobra Commander on G.I. Joe after Chris Latta, the original voice actor, passed away. And that one hurts. Like, there's no way, I can't even do it now. Because it's so high and it's so shredded. But what I ended up doing was I took that voice when I was auditioning for Beast Wars, and I took it down an octave, and I took it down another octave. And we went from citizens of the planet down to something a little more manageable and a little more Dinobot-esque. I know, shut up, Red Chip. Look at it die. I've been into winter. Waspinator, who is now being played by Tom Kenny. SpongeBob. Waspinator, no one to live in pineapple under the sea. But that's showbiz. I'm actually talking to the people in the back row because they're all my imaginary friends. And none of them are wearing pants. Mind you, in my head, none of you are either.
Did you see Ghost?
This is how you get over being nervous. When it's too early to drink. I don't know why I'm playing with the cord.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's true. Could be 5 o'clock where I live. No, it's the other direction.
Yeah.
Damn. When I'm there, I'm going, hell, it's 5 o'clock in Florida.
Let's see, what time is it? I think it's like 8 in Great Britain.
In Great Britain, there's no such thing as 5 o'clock. You just stop drinking whenever you feel like it. England. I did a convention in Birmingham, England. I was up in Birmingham in the North Country. Now, the way people bring me spray cheese here, or Pocky at other conventions, or one really horrific time, 5 cans of Monster in a row. I don't even drink tea, so this was quite, apparently I was funny as hell. But in Birmingham, England, I'm up there doing a panel at 8 o'clock in the morning. I did this, and there was a pint of beautiful English ale in my hand. That's the way the whole convention went. I went, this is how it should work all the time. Screw Pocky. And it's just like, look. And you look, and everyone in the crowd is sitting there having a beer or a Magnuson cider. The whole convention took place in a bar. It was awesome. And I got to go to London, see the Queen. It was quite lovely. I'm going to lean on this until I fall off the edge of the stage. That'll be really cool. Edit in a big splat sound effect later. Yay for this side of the room! Or were you just stretching? You're doing the shy leg. Okay, we're going to turn and stare at you.
How did you feel when you were approached with the part on My Little Pony?
I felt violated and betrayed. I've done a few things on ponies now. I was the Diamond Dogs. I was Chief Thunderhooves, which they kind of stifled. And then the Flim Flam Brothers, I had a ball with that.
Sing it. Now, are you the one with the mustache?
Yes.
No. Okay. So
Traveling sales ponies non-pareil. So that was like full-on music. I mean, that was straight out of Music Man, the whole like We Got Trouble in River City thing. That thing was fun. I watched it. I've seen it about 10 times. I'm like, it turned out really well. And they just released, we did another Ponies, or another Flim Flam Brothers song, which apparently just aired because people were going, they changed the animation. But I haven't been able to see that one yet. But yeah, that was tons of fun. I mean, you know, this is what we do. And so I'm going, hey, how often do you get to do musical theater in a cartoon? And cheesy musical theater at that. The only nightmare of that was learning how to say super speed. I can almost do it now. Super, up into the modern world and put the super speedy side of Squeezy 6000 to the test. There, I did it. It was a nightmare. This is a super speed. Both Sam and I. It was just like Okay, you guys are getting into it now. Like, this is up there. This is like, yes, notice me.
Did you actually do the singing for My Little Pony?
Oh yeah,
All of it?
yeah.
Wow.
Which was kind of weird because it's a strange thing they do on ponies. Like the gals that work on that show, like Ashley Ball, you know, Andrea Libin, they're all singers. I mean, Ashley especially. I mean, that's her main career, and she's brilliant. And yet they have substitute singers for some of the characters. I'm like, what? No, we got that one. Sam and I got that based upon the song. Like they sent out the song of the guy tracks, and they went, we need this style of. So it's like, okay. Then the talking parts come later. That was all about the music. Ponies freak me out. Yes. Finally.
I'm patient. Touching on the kitty cat name, what's one of the weirdest things fans ever done?
Oh.
Top 5.
They got a question for you. Wasting all my over 18 jokes. The fans, I mean, first of all, I hate the term fans. It was like just you guys. Anyway. Oh boy. Because we're pretty strange people, aren't we? Oh, I can't think of anything specifically, like, super weird, except for the licking incident. That's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
kind of gross, but most people have heard that story.
I have no story.
All right. This was back a few years when con hygiene was more of a vague guideline than a rule. When con funk was really prevalent at con, like when you just went, you do not get on that elevator on Sunday. Everybody's gotten way better. Way better. But I was someplace in, how do I put this delicately? And I always think she's going to hear this story and say, I was somewhere in the sort of middle south, deep like banjo playing deep kind of country. And there was beautiful, wonderful people at this con. And I think you all are beautiful and wonderful. And these intelligent, scintillating, and then open the mouth and you'd see with the teeth and it was like,
Gingivitis.
the hell. That's like a Komodo dragon. The bacteria in there will kill you if they bite you. So I was doing something, and I was doing, I think, a panel very much like this, and this gal came running up and just went and licked my face. And I'm like, oh, is this guy okay? You know, dude, it was like, that's good. You know what, guys, I super need to just take a quick pee break, and I'll be right back. So I went in there, I was like, get it off me! Oh, sweet, for days. For days it lingered. It was like, get me sandpaper, I don't care, steel wool, a chisel, a file, anything, a sharp knife, a cheese slicer would be good. Just take off that top layer of skin and just burn that shit. So that was up there. Had some very weird offers. Yeah, there's a Twinkie that I signed for 5 years in a row.
Wait, what?
Same Twinkie, Dallas, Texas. There's pictures.
Do they still have the Twinkie?
As far as I know, that Twinkie is still extant, and
Is it outside the package or inside?
I'm not allowed to say.
Oh, okay.
My theory is that in the dystopian future, the post-apocalyptia, there will be, because they will crossbreed the Twinkies and the cockroaches. So you will have these sentient little skittering Twinkies running the world. Covered in shoot cream filling it. Once they get up into the duct, that was kind of creepy, wasn't it? I remember riding a freight elevator, and I'm just doing rambles, so that reminded me of this. So it was a big convention, and it was super crowded, and you know it was 2 hours to get up and down, and so they let us use the service elevators. So we're standing in there. It was me and Chris Patton. It was a bunch of the Texas dudes, and just standing there. All of a sudden, bloop,
Uh-oh.
bloop. This red liquid.
Oh, blood.
And I'm going, I know what happens in this movie. When we all look up, the panel shifts and the arm just goes. And then I went, you know what that is? That's hydraulic fluid. That's even scarier! Let's get the hell off this elevator! But it was just that moment of like, wow, did that shit happen? I'm afeared. Oh, why are you so full of rich, delicious, bacony goodness? I would be eating you. It is. It's looking at me, and the word bacon is just going. Because bacon makes everything good. Not only is bacon good, but it makes everything else good. Like, I'm a bit of a chef, and it's tough to cook without pork, trust me. Boy, that water's delicious. More gin. Then I was just think I got away with it. I probably think it's just saying. What are we doing? Oh, we're getting to know each other, aren't we? Cool. You know what we should do? Because like, if you got a question, man, tell me your name, because I may actually even remember. I'm getting better at that. Because I'm notorious for remembering faces, but names, I'm just like, there. It's like, Mom! Right. But I have on occasion actually remembered one now. And seeing as we're a small, intimate group. Yes?
Okay, well, I'm Emily.
Hi, Emily. Everybody say hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
I met you 2 years ago at
I know.
Con. Remember the face?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Why don't you cook with bacon?
Why don't I what?
Why don't you cook with pork?
Oh, I just made a promise to a pig. That's the only answer you're gonna get from me. Even my best friends at home are going, dude, one of these days you're gonna explain that. Because, I mean, you love that shit. It's like, yeah, I do. But I'm done.
Sailing green is
People I will eat. I got no problem with long pig, man. The other white meat. If anybody's got any babies they don't want, I just bought a smoker. Baby brisket. Oh, baby back ribs made with real baby. Come on. You would. You wouldn't even know. You'd be like, oh my God, those are the best ribs ever. You just ate your nephew. Your Highness.
What's my name?
Oh, how many times I've been in this situation. That's not my name. That's not my name. Pardon me?
How many times have you met me?
About 1 billion.
That's even worse.
Oh no.
You know I'm bad with names.
That's funnier than it should have been.
You have to tell me now. Yes, you do. Because that way you can all look at me and go like, he's such an idiot.
What's it start with?
What? You guys are just mean now. Emily wouldn't have done that to me. Because Emily's my friend. Emily's not a game player, man. What is it? Ashley. Jesus. As soon as I hear it, I'm like, duh. I'm sorry, Ashley. I'm sorry. Here, I'll be all Canadian. I'm sorry. Sorry, my fault. If you bump into a Canadian, they will say sorry. Sorry. It's weird. I do it. Boom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. So what? Somebody move! There's a movie called Canadian Bacon. It's a John Candy film. It's actually very funny. And the premise is that you all need a war for your economy, so your president, Alan Alda, decides to declare war on Canada. Because it's convenient. And there's just this one scene where they're running across the border, and it's just the guys that did the Walla. Like in all movies, anytime there's a group, you know, if we were shooting this, it'd be all you guys sitting there talking in the room. And if you were a bunch of background performers, you'd be miming in the background. And then they will bring in Walla actors, which is with all actors, just to do all the little background rhubarb, mumble. And whoever did the group for that, as they're running through this crowd across the border, you just hear, I'm sorry, my fault, my fault, excuse me, I'm sorry, my fault. That part made me laugh. Hi, Ashley. Hi. That's Emily. Emily, this is Ashley. This is the kind of things that I have to do to remember, though. This is mnemonics. I'm really trying hard. Yes?
Were there any...
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Jackie? Jackie, this is Ashley and Emily. Emily and Ashley, this is Jackie. You guys are now BFFs. Yes?
were there any parts that you wanted that you tried out for that you didn't get?
Any parts that I wanted that I tried out for that I didn't get? Yes, every single one of them! Because I get paid by the word! Yeah. I mean, that's actually probably the most honest answer I can give you. Because we do shows, it's not like, you know, we're going like, oh my God, this character would be really awesome, or this show is obviously going to become really... I've done a lot of stuff. This is what my ex-girlfriend referred to as I am a polyphonic prostitute. I will make sounds for money. Sometimes it's not even words. Sometimes, a lot of times, I just get paid to make strange sounds. So, you know, like, anything that I audition for, the more parts you get, the better. I auditioned for all the characters in Gundam, and then I ended up getting the girl. True story, when I went in that first episode, I'm like, I thought I was playing a dude. It's like, that is a dude, Scott. No, that's a chick. No, that's a dude. No, that is a chick. That's a dude. Well, he sure is pretty. You know, there's parts in I've been really lucky, actually, because I've ended up getting a lot of really cool roles. So, but, you know, work begets work, and work is work, and I would love to have played every single role I've ever auditioned for, and a lot of roles I haven't auditioned for. It's no secret that my favorite character in modern cartoons is it's all part of our plan to take over the world. I love the hell out of the brain from Pinky and the Brain. I'm impressed. Also voiced by a Canadian, by the way, Maurice LaMarche, who I would fanboy over in a second. Your name, sir?
Thomas Michael Clapp Jr.
Oh, Jesus. Thomas Michael Clapp Jr. Emily, Ashley, Jackie, Ashley, Emily, Thomas Michael Clapp Jr.
Hello.
Okay, what has been the oddest moment in your voice acting career? Not just doing wacky sounds, but doing a character. Oddest moment.
Other than like, you know, pants falling off and
Yeah.
involuntary passing of gas in the studio. Oh, you know what? You guys are asking really good questions, and I wish I had really good answers for these. It just, there's so many times that where we go like, what we're doing is so absurd. It's like kindergarten class without the Ritalin. Working with kids is always weird, because the kids will sit there and read variety, be totally professional, step up to the mic when it's their turn, deliver gold, and sit down. Meanwhile, the adults in the room, we're having like paper ball fights. And it's fuck it, it's retarded. So I have the best job in the world. It was the time Gary had to do a burp on Beast Wars, or no, it was on Sonic the Hedgehog, but Gary Chalk, who played Optimus Prime. So he's like, yeah, I can burp, hang on, takes a can of Coke, and you hear it on the playback. Okay, we're recording so-and-so stunt belch, take 226. Hang on! This belch starts, and it's quite magnificent. The windows are starting to move, and then all of a sudden it gets very wet. I wasn't there, but you could hear it on the playback. Everyone's like, oh, God, Gary's puking. Apparently he just foamed over like a warm soda. And then Gary's version of the story is that he hit the podium, all the Coke foam bounced back up, and he went, and sucked it back in and finished the take. That's Gary's version of the story. Let me see, other than fart stories, no. You have to keep in mind that we work in small, airtight, hermetically sealed rooms. I know one of the guys in Texas, because when they were doing the Funimation stuff when they started, they had these little tiny whisper booths. Because I went down when I was recording Alchemist down there. Oh, Cool Rolls was, I don't know if anybody watches One Piece, but I just got to play Shiki in One Piece, which was just bizarre and weird and fun and wonderful. But somebody in there, and maybe it was somebody at Ocean, I can't remember, one of the engineers decided they would see if you could just like fart into a jar and seal it up. Apparently they last for a long time. This is what happens when you don't give Scott his special meds. Yes. Hi, Ashley. Ashley, do you know Ashley? Ashley? Are you an L-E-I-G-H, Ashley? L-E-Y? L-E-Y? See, I like it. Down here, it's efficiency. Back up, you get it's Ashley.
They do mean consistency.
Well, yes. There are certain things in the English language that should evolve. Like, it always freaks me out when I'm down in the States and I see the word through on a highway sign spelled T-H-R-U. But then you think, that does make sense. We don't actually ever pronounce through. So I'll give you that one. Ashley. Koga. She was the girl from, she was the chick with the fur miniskirt and the pretty hair. The costume is in Boston. The gals who made me the costume live in Boston.
Wait, fans made it for you?
Yeah.
Is there photos? How'd they know your measurements?
They didn't. We had to go up and pin that thing on in the room. And this was at Metro, which is, you know, I'm fairly well known at. It's a big con, so I was going, how am I going to get from the hotel through the convention center to the panel I was going to wear it into? And I went, this is going to be a nightmare. And we had like 2 people dressed like me to run diversion to get people chasing after that. And so I got all pinned in and I'm going, okay. I'm going, this is going to be fun. Walked in, and the miracle happened. I became part of the Borg. People that I knew really well would look me in the eyes and just go like, yeah, it's decent Koga, man. I'm like, I just spent an hour signing your boob. There was no recollection of, it was just, I was cosplaying through and then I got into the panel and yelled out a big Kagome scream and suddenly everybody went berserk, but it was just like I'm going.
Because you burst through the doors as Koga.
Yeah. But walking through, I mean, I was stopping and talking to people and people that I know really well, and just nobody registered. It was like, oh, that's Scott. It was just like, did you see that guy cosplaying Koga? That was so weird. It was like becoming, you know, if you want to get into the hive, dress as a worker bee. No. No, I had that hair in a ponytail and the headband on, and I think people just always assume that I'm bald, so.
Are there photos?
I have occasionally come out at con without a hat on. And there's photos of the Koga outfit, yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
I look great in a skirt. I'll tell you though, it was a bit difficult getting up and down the stage because I wasn't quite prepared. And being Scottish, of course, there's only one way to wear a kilt.
What's worn under a Scotsman's kilt? Ah, nothing, lass. It's all in perfect working order. Okay. If you ascribe to the premises and tenets of both the American Kennel Club and the British Kennel Club, and dealing with the fact that on Inuyasha, all of the characters are canids of some sort, wolves, foxes, dogs, there is absolutely no reason why BS&P, that is to say Broadcast Standards and Practices, would not be able to, there's no reason they would be able to stop my character Koga from saying, Kagome, you will be my bitch. I'm just saying. Kagome! That's all I remember from that show.
I was right.
We can get rid of old Mudface over there. I haven't seen Inuyasha yet, except on your shirt. Because usually there's thousands of them. They breed with the Twinkies. I'm giving myself nightmares right now. Thank you, Ashley. Okay. Just directly behind Princess Ashley, and then we'll get to you. Okay. Yes, because you're wearing a riding crop, and that's always a good way to get attention. It's like you would answer the questions!
Here's something for you.
Oh no. Gift?
It's a traveling sales pony, non-pareil.
Oh.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And I also have his brother.
Of course. Are you splitting the team up?
Mine.
Fine. Fine. The two will be joined later.
And match him.
I'm also celebrating my birthday.
Hell yeah!
How old is your turn?
Oh, there's my little sister. There's my little brother.
Oh, look who decided to show up with a giant box of sugar.
Oh no.
Oh, sweet baby Jeeves. Shit's about to get
Survival
real.
kit. Oh no. It's not the day.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You still over your number?
As every year.
Yep.
As promised. Oh, and they gave him
Oh, you
Sugars.
forgot to put in air holes.
Kill it.
It died.
Wish I had my smoker. Sweet! And I mean sweet. Zombie hunter. Back of my truck back home, I have both my Canadian and my international zombie hunting permits on the back. Because as soon as I finish developing the 12-gauge crowbar, them zombies is going down. Thank you so much, you guys.
I don't turn around this side, Chibi.
Remember when we said that nothing would ever come between us?
I want him to pull out the you-know-what.
What?
I heard I want him to pull out his you-know-what. That's what I heard.
Not you-know-what from the box. That is not in the contract.
Come on, you.
All right. I don't often just whip out my you-know-what.
Do it.
I'm trying to think what would be the appropriate...
He's got the you-know-what.
Spray cheese.
Take it out.
Wet it.
Did anybody say Brokeback Mountain? I can't quit you!
Oh God. That's so gay.
That's awesome. It's a little sparkly gay cowboy.
Oh
Maybe it's just somebody that likes rainbows.
Dare you to wear it this weekend. It's a hat.
Well, yeah.
I have a buddy of mine, my tattooist actually, who is a pretty, and he's got a great t-shirt that just goes, I just really like rainbows. I really like rainbows. It's like,
Whoa.
get it?
Got it.
We're taking back the rainbow, man. I will figure out a way to wear this hat on my head. Because I have no pride.
Well, now you do.
I don't care, because I'm a goddamn zombie hunter. Not your brain.
Here it comes.
Yes, yes.
Well, you do realize you're wearing it on the wrong head, right?
Oh.
myself make that.
Not the 18+ panel.
It's the bacon talking. Ashley.
Also,
Hold on.
What
Sorry.
bacon?
What was your name?
what? Oh, John David.
John David. John David, Ashley, Emily, Thomas,
Michael.
way too many, the third,
Yeah.
Ashley, Jackie,
Ashley.
Foxy. You know what you're doing? You're doing that character from Pan's Labyrinth. That thing freaked me out. Ah! So you're saying that we have a bouquet of flowers?
10 minutes.
Fine.
10 minutes.
Look, everyone's leaving now. Sure, fine. Was it something I said?
Oh.
I love you.
Can I have more Oreos?
Yeah, can you what?
Can I have more Oreos?
Yes.
I'm gonna make a sandwich.
A double-decker, double-stack
Oh.
Oreo, and oh hell yeah. Thomas, Michael, Creighton,
Wait a minute, what?
Ashley the third.
What?
I'm watching this dude make a cheese Oreo sandwich.
Cheese and bacon Oreo sandwich.
No.
Will you autograph my Bionicle lead?
I would be delighted to autograph your bionicle stuff. Not right now, because strong
Oh
people in
my
the audience.
God, no! Ew!
This is normally my job. You will be my official, like, cheese and gross stuff.
adult.
I am an adult. Emily.
No!
want to try get some at home and put it on like Facebook or Twitter, whatever social media you're on.
So we can, no.
I would never look at Crazy Cheese the same way again. Thanks a lot.
Well, I guarantee you there will be more spray cheese in my future, and those Oreos are
I'll
hanging
bring
out
you
with
some at
me.
Mega. Have it at Metro.
So is it true that you actually, because you said you tried out for the live action Wolverine, but I don't know if it was.
No, I did not. No, they would not allow, I could not, and I thought, you know what would be fun in any of the X-Men films, was just to do like a little walkthrough, like, you know, be a waiter. Here's your order, sir. Just because it'd be like, you know what that was? It's the voice. Marvel has got some really weird rules. Like, I've only ever done one other Marvel project, because they went, we can't use Scott, we've already used him as, it's like, dude, we're voice actors. Like, what do you want? We can be, and they would not allow any of us to even audition for the movies, for anything in it. I think Dave Kay might have actually got away. I think he played a reporter in one of them, but yeah, they had a really strict policy.
I think you would have looked the part.
Well, here was my original take on it, because I went, all right, so they're casting Wolverine, and they had originally cast some other Australian dude, which for some reason they keep doing, because real Canadians, of course, aren't that interested to play it. I didn't know Wolverine was Canadian on my first day on the job. Like, Stan Lee kept going, you gotta lose that twang. I'm like, what twang? So it took me years to not sound like a Canadian. Of course, they don't want him to sound like the real Wolverine, which I did earlier. Frickin' pound you right now. Schnick, Dave. Where was I going with this? Oh, so, okay, so, you know, then I hear that, oh, they're recasting Wolverine. I'm going, well, let me see. Wolverine's Canadian. I'm Canadian. You seem to like casting Australians. Well, I'm also Australian. Wolverine's short and stocky. I was short and stocky. He rides a bike. I ride a bike. He smokes. I smoke. And you know what? I sound just like the guy in the cartoon show. Although Hugh Jackman, I must say, but he's too tall. Wolverine's 5'3". 5'3". Yeah.
He's my height.
He's 5'3". He's basically a little angry chibi. That's why he's so mad.
Oh, does he have an Edward complex?
I think he just.
Oh!
Hey, that's my son you're talking about. At one point. How many of those have you had? Holy crap, look at that. The whole tray is like, he's been sitting there quietly.
He wants to see how tall the
I
stack
didn't
can
make
get.
them because this is my lunch. It's good. It's good. I got the three food groups, right? Three
Yeah,
food,
well, yeah.
Oh wait, no, 4 because there's bacon in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's practically a perfectly balanced meal. You got grains, dairies, grain, dairy, protein. Yeah, you got all 5.
Sweet.
That's the perfect meal right there.
Thank you. Yep.
That and beer and beef jerky. Hi.
I'm Colleen.
Hi, Colleen.
I have a question.
Oh
I got a good
my God. Check this shit out.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Colleen. That's beautiful.
Wait, have you gotten the duo yell yet?
You know what? Hugging with hats is tricky. Kissing with hats is like almost impossible. You're like, have I what? I heard somebody say the word duo.
No.
You know how long it's been since I've done that? Nobody remembers him or her, except here. She's so pretty. I'll just add that to my ubiquitous list of yells that I do. You missed the special beam cannon earlier. And a quick Kagome. It was not a bad special beam cannon, I must say. I kind of held on. I had
Video if you want to see it later.
Okay.
but I have not yet gone, no! Which can go on for hours and hours and hours. Hi. This is Foxy, everybody. She's my awesome friend, Foxy.
I know her personally.
Hi, Foxy.
I was gonna like totally flog your or bump up your thing that you're doing, but seeing as it's right at the exact same time that I'm doing something, I'm not gonna. So there. But she's still awesome. Yes.
Actually, Duo is one of my all-time favorite characters
Aw.
ever. So if
It's
you
the,
did something
the
fucking
gateway
up-
drug. I will make you this promise. I will be the god of death once again. But right now, I need some sleep. Or some more sugar.
There's plenty of it in there.
Oh, there is plenty of peeps.
Yep.
Oh, you just had to say Pete? Really?
They're the bunnies.
Yeah, they're not the birds. So
Calm
okay.
your man boobs, Gilbert.
Wait a minute. So what's the story with the peep bunnies? Why is there the peep?
Gilbert, Yellowbird, Italia, Prussia. No, you just
Right.
have to do it.
Italia took me a while to figure out. I'm going like, all these kids walking around at cons wearing Canadian shirts and stuff. I'm like, hell yeah. It's like, no. It's the least interesting character from an anime. The polite. Oh, come on. It's Canada. We're not that interesting, except when it comes to... I'm kind of fond of it myself. All right. Hi.
Hi. Okay, I have to ask. Besides Flim, who I'm not very fond of because he's mean.
Flam.
Whatever. Flim and Flam are both
Why
mean.
would you call him Flem?
Get off me. Okay.
Flam.
My actual question: if you actually can make up your own pony, what would the name be? And what would it be? What would be his cutie mark?
It'd be Scotch McNeil.
You shush.
It would be Eustace. Eustace the Munificent.
And what would the cutie mark?
I have no idea.
Oh, come on!
A toque?
Gotta be too hotty.
Right. Yeah, I would name him Hot Scotty Mc... That's so creepy!
It's only creepy because it's a guy.
It doesn't make it less creepy, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'll have to come up with my own cutie mark, but it would involve skulls, I can
I'll
pretty much
ask you
guarantee
later. I'm here for 3 days.
Because he would be a badass pony, I'm
Oh,
telling
yes, he
you.
would.
Skull drinking scotch with your name on the bottle.
No, he wouldn't be a skull drinking scotch, he would be a skull drinking tequila.
You can smell the scotch.
And it would actually be my skull. I would be willing to remove my own skull to see what it looked like so that I can artistically represent it and insert it back into my brain.
That's awesome.
I knew him, Horatio.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a man of infinite jest and fancy. Many's the time he bore me on his back.
The fact that you're like quoting Hamlet. Oh God, don't do this.
Dude, I went to theater school for 4 years, man. I
That
studied my Ibsen, my
do it
Moliere, my
again.
Shakespeare. Here's the trick. This is all about like impressing girls at partying when you're in theater school. Nobody cares after the first 4 lines of any of the great Shakespearean passages. Learn the first 4 lines, randomly drop them into conversation. You're like, oh my God, he totally knows all the Shakespeare. But you don't have to, nobody cares after they're either like, either gonna happen or it's not. So, there, I've given you the darkest and deepest of all secrets for actors. But soft. What light through yonder window breaks as the east into leads the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon that is already pale and sick with grief that thou hast made out more fair than she. Nobody cares after that.
I do. I like Shakespeare. Dang it.
Be not pale and be not. I actually used to know that whole passage. Anyway, 1 minute remaining before they pump in the gas for the final time. And it's kind of the antidote gas, so you have to be here for it. You don't want to miss it, I'll put it that way. I was going to normally go into lightning round here, but of course there's no hands up, so we're just... Okay. Anybody got a question, put your hand up. We're going to do very fast questions and very fast answers. Starting here, yes, go. And time's up.
Did you know it's our anniversary?
It's our anniversary?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the worst spouse in the whole world.
It's our anniversary.
Oh, I thought you meant, from the time that we...
Happy anniversary and birthday. Like, there's just a lot of stuff going on. Okay, sorry, birthday.
Here's funny. That's actually my birth rightful sister. My only sister.
Whoa, shit just got real. Happy birthday to happy anniversary. Happy birthday to you, anniversary. Happy birthday, dear, anniversary to you, Chris. Happy birthday, anniversary to you. Because it's Vegas weekend. Viva Las Vegas. Toss.
Okay, have you ever thought about doing any work for an abridged series?
I would, but they do it way better than we do. Like, I hung out with those guys. They're funny as hell. And what other hand? There was another hand up. I know there was a hand up. There was one more hand up.
Is there anything else you want maybe to eat cheap freight cheese off of?
No. And, okay, Emily.
Can I have a hug?
Yes, but we need to get out of this room. So we will all proceed in a neat and orderly fashion to the rear exits where I will come out, I will sign stuff, we can hang out, we can do things. And we won't be really loud and obnoxious for Brittany's pal.
No, you will. Okay.
Oh, I will.
Let's do it.
Thanks, you guys. You guys are awesome. I love you. I love you.